Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gum Gurubhyo Namaha. Om Sam Saraswati Namaha. Om Komalam Kujayan Venum Shyamaloyam Kumarakaha Vedavidyam Param Brahma Bhasatam Purato Mama Sachidananda Rupaya Vishotpatyadi Hetave Tapatraya Vinashaya Shri Krishnaya Vayam Namaha. Om Jayati Jagati Mayam Yasya Kaya Dhavaste Vachana Rachanamekam Kevalam Chakalaya Dhruvapadamapi Yato Yat-kṛpāto Dhruvoyam Sakala Kusala Patram Brahmaputram Natosmi. Bhagavan Sri Nārada is giving us practical tips for developing bhakti. So he first pointed out how we should live in the world. As Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna says, the boat should be on the water, but the water should not be on the boat, in the boat. So we have to live in the world. There is no option. It's not that we can run away to some places. But the loka, the vyavahara, should not enter into us. So that is what he gave us the practical tip. And then slowly Bhagavan started to give us spiritual tips, how to live a spiritual life. Said, Vishayatyaga and Sankatyaga. What is the foundation of spiritual life? The foundation of spiritual life is Vishayatyaga and Sankatyaga. Vishayatyaga, giving up different vishaya, different sensual enjoyments. There are needs and enjoyments. We have to have food. That's a need. As the spirituality is not telling us, not to give up food or no. There are basic things we have to take care. But at the same time, that sangha towards those things has to be given up. How is this possible? That is possible only by uplifting our mind to the Lord. Now, how that is possible? They said, Avyavritta Bhajanat. It's very easy to, or very nice to hear the Sangatyaga, Vishayatyaga, etc. But we know that when we try to do that, we know that how tough and difficult it is. Because so when a person becomes sannyasi, because a sannyasi is supposed to, give up things, and slowly that I have given up, that itself becomes a burden for the sannyasi. Sannyasi, a person, a sadhaka, even some sadhana itself becomes a ahankara, cause of ahankara. So that's why, what is possible? It's a positive way. So two things. We said sadhakam and badhakam. The sadhana of two types, badhaka sadhana and sadhaka sadhana. So which is sadhakam? Avyavritta bhajanam. So the continuous remembrance or continuous service of Bhagavan as Shravana, Manna, Nididhyasana, Kirtana. So according to each one of us capacities and capabilities and our natural swabhava, we have to take up Avyavritta bhajanam, constant remembrance of Bhagavan. Now, how this Avyavritta bhajanam is possible? Says, Loke api bhagavat guna shravana kirtana. Two things, Shravanam and Kirtana. As we know, Shravana is by the, Jnanendriya, Kirtanam is by our Karmendriya. So what we take and how we reproduce, what we give out. So Shravana is not only for Shravana, Shravana is for the, all the jnanendriya. We have to strive to yatonnu kanmatatu narayana pratima. Whatever we perceive, we should start to slowly change it to Bhagavan. Yatonnu kelpatatu narayana shrutikal. Whatever we hear is Bhagavan's shruti, Bhagavan nama. Yatonnu chaivatatu narayana archanagal. So when we start to hear and see and touch, Bhagavan, then what happens? Slowly, whatever is the input, according to the input will be the output. Whatever we are feeding to the mind, that alone will come out. Even in our swapna, we can see that they say that many masters, they ask their disciple about their swapna. Because in Jagrat, a thought is coming, we can control. We can suppress. But in swapna, this is very difficult to suppress. So the mind will show what is actually there in the subconscious or unconscious mind. So when we can also feel that, when we are in a place, we are constantly remembering Bhagavan, we are hearing Bhagavan's Sravana, we are listening to Tattvajnana, and slowly, even our swapna starts to change. The quality of swapna is also start to change. We start to see that Bhagavan, we are decorating Bhagavan, we are walking with Bhagavan, something, or mahatmas. So this is possible by avyavritta bhajanam. So avyavritta bhajanam means what? Both jnanendriya and karmendriya. Whatever we perceive through the jnanendriya, we should slowly, it is not very easy, but we have to do in two ways. One, we try to hear, see auspicious things. Second, even if it is not that much auspicious, even if it is a laukika drishyam, we consciously change that into daivika. For example, we go to the temple, we see Bhagavan's murti, we listen to Bhagavan's shruti, Bhagavan's singing and all that. So we are directly seeing that, listening to that. Now when we come out, we see a beautiful sunrise. Or we see the vast, beautiful ocean. Or a majestic river. Or beautiful flowers. We see a small baby child smiling. See, these all laukika things can be changed into Daivika Anubhava. So this is what Bhagavan is telling here, Loke api. Not only we go to Bhagavan's beautiful form alone. Once Sri Ramakrishna went for a walk. He went to a place where Europeans used to stay. British used to stay. And there, one boy of a 7-8-year-old boy, he was standing like this. And Sri Ramakrishna went to Samadhi, he was fallen down there. They took him back and asked, what happened? He said, when I saw that boy, handsome boy, I remembered Krishna. He went to see zoo. And the first thing was, they told him, Bhagavan, please let us not go. He said, no, I want to go. I want to see all that. Okay, they took him. And the first thing was a cage of lion. He saw the lion. Okay, they came to, what happened? Lion, Simha. So, Bhagavan remembered Simha Vahini. Mind is gone. So, this is Loke api. Not only that, every time we have to see Bhagavan's form, or every time we have to listen to, Bhagavad Shruti. Even when we are Loke api, even when we are in this world, and then we perceive things, or we listen to things which may not be directly divyam, divine, we should have a filter inside to filter it and to make it daivika. When I was in Rishikesh, I was staying there. So there was one sadhu. That sadhu used to always listen to this, romantic songs of Hindi. he had a small, what you call, you remember that small thing? Not transistor, small kind of a tape. So it's a small, this much only is there. So he can put that cassette and then. So I'm talking about 2089, etc. Now that mobile, etc. So always he will be listening to these songs. So people used to think him a madman. So one day, he's a very nice person. See, he will not talk to people unnecessarily. He was just, only thing is, he will go and sit on Gangaji and then we'll listen to these songs. And then people think, what is this? A sadhu is listening to music and then songs, film songs, etc. So myself and another Swamiji, we both of them, he was sitting on the Ganga and then we were there, we went to Swamiji and then we introduced ourselves and then asked Swamiji, why Swamiji is like to listen all these songs? He smiled at us and said, you see, the people listen like it's like a beloved and a person. I listen that I am the Kami and Bhagavan is my Ishta. So if you just change that, any love song can be maybe the most beautiful bhajans. Just we have to change that perception. That is loke api. So even in laukika drishya, whatever we see, whatever we hear, it is possible for us to change. Loke api. Loke api, what we should do? Bhagavat guna shravana kirtanat. See, this entire universe is a manifestation of Bhagavan. So whatever we hear, we have to change that into Bhagavan Nama Guna Kirtanam. So one is to hear, to not only Shravanam, what we see, what we hear, what we smell, all the inputs. And what should be our output? Should be Kirtanam. Whatever we do, it should be a worship of Bhagavan. So Kirtana is only not singing Bhagavan's Nama. Ratam vadishye, madhu vadishye, satyam vadishye. So our word, when it becomes rata, when it becomes madhu, when it becomes soothing, when we are giving some solace to a person, that is kirtanam. Kirtanam is only not singing Bhagavan's Nama. So each and every word, when we speak the truth, the absolute truth, that is actually kirtanam. So that is kirtanat. So that is Bhagavan's kirtanam. See, Sri Parikshit was in Prayopavesha. He decided to give up his body. He knew that in 7 days he is going to give up his body. So he was seated in the Prayopavesha. There Shuka Brahmarshi came and he asked Shuka Brahmarshi, "Oh Bhagavan, a person who is sure that he is going to die, what he would do?" So it may think that only for, no, all of us, there's only one thing which is absolutely sure. That is, one day we all of us have to give up our body. So Maranam is something which is for sure. So what a person, mumukshu and mrityu, one who is waiting for mrityu, what he should do? And Shuka Brahmarshi says, Tasmad bharata sarvatma Bhagavan haririshwaraha srotavya kirtitavyascha smartavyascha bhayam. Oh my dear, so everyone, what is the supreme goal of life? The supreme goal of life is to realize the Paramatma. Ishvara Sakshatkara is the goal. Atmano Moksha. In all other yonis, there can be different lakshya. But in human life, the Parama Purushartha is Atma Moksha, Ishvara Sakshatkara. Now, so a person who knows that he is going to die, what he should do? He should, ataha tasmat, because all other bhoga are possible in all other yonis. This Manushya Janma is for this Parama Sakshatkara. Tasmat, Bhagavan, Sarvatma, Ishwaraha, Harihi, Srotavyaha. We should be able to listen to Bhagavan or listen about Bhagavan. Listen to Bhagavan. We study, Bhagavad Gita, Rama Gita, Anu Gita, Vyadha Gita, Hamsa Gita. Listen, Tattvam. Also, listen about Bhagavan's avatara, kritya. Then, kirtitavyaha. And we have to praise him. We have to adore him. How? Jesus says beautifully that the common man, samsari, he should remember God seeing all of us. We are those few selected blessed jivas, who were selected actually by Bhagavan himself. So when people see us, we should live in such a way that when people see us, they should remember Bhagavan. They should praise Bhagavan. When we see a beautiful painting, when we see, what do we say? Wow, what a beautiful picture. Who took this? Or, who painted this? And then we go and congratulate. We are all those beautiful paintings. And each and every being should praise Bhagavan, seeing us. And when we make mistakes, it doesn't matter. People will say, what kind of a bhakta? He went to ashram and stayed for 1 year. For what? Oh, is this what they taught in the ashram? That's what we are going to ask. Before coming here, you are another person. Now when you go back, you are not the same person. You are no more the same old X or Y you said. You are supposed to be a changed person. What is this changed person? Kirtitavyaha. That we should be able to praise Bhagavan. We should be able to remove all the kinds of negativities. Our words, we should be very careful with our words. We should not hurt others. We should not create trouble. We should not confuse. Our word should be kirtanam. Each and every word should be the praise of Bhagavan. Not only Hare Rama, but whatever we speak, we should know that now I'm different. I'm not the same person. My word, each and every word should be the praise of Bhagavan. Each and every action should be the worship of Bhagavan. And smartavyaha. Always constantly remember Bhagavan. See, why we are not able to do this? Because we are remembering so many other things. So much of garbage is there inside. We have to throw them out. All these kinds of, of that garbage of not of one birth. So many births, so many samskara garbages are there that has to be burned. Jnanagni sarvakarmani bhasmasat kurute Arjuna. Is it possible? Yes. And our mind should be constantly remembering Bhagavan. So, somebody asked Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Bhagavan, see, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is believed to be incarnation of Krishna himself to experience the Radha's prema. And this is a beautiful work known as Shiksha Ashtakam. 8 verses. Shiksha Ashtakam. Very beautiful work of Bhagavan Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. We should, after Vedanta, everything is over, then we should learn that. We should read it. And there is another book known as Chaitanya Charitavali. These 2 books will give us actual connection with the true side of bhakti, not interpretations. Okay? Chaitanya Charitavali. On the Chaitanya Charitavali, there are many people have interpreted it. That interpretations will be different according to each person's understanding. But the Charitavali of Bhagavan and the Shikshashtaka will show us, what is the bhakti, what bhakti is. Bhagavan was the incarnation of bhakti. So somebody asked him, "Oh Bhagavan, you always say that sankirtana. Bhagavan came to this world to spread sankirtanam, nama sankirtanam. That was the main sadhana. Bhagavan's nama sravana, nama uchcharana, nama sankirtana, wherever he went. It's believed that when Bhagavan was in, from the Puri, he walked all the way to Dwaraka, to Vrindavan. So crossing all the hands, believed that Bhagavan was in such an ecstasy and singing the names of Bhagavan, Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and then even the birds, even the animals, they used to have romanj. Think about, not human beings. Now what will be the state of the human beings, you see? So Bhagavan always, advocated for sankirtanam, nama sankirtanam. So somebody asked Bhagavan, why are you giving so much importance for nama sankirtanam? So there's a beautiful verse on nama sankirtana Bhagavan by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He says, Cheto darpanamarjanam bhavamahadavagni nirvapanam Shreya kairava chandrika vitaranam vidyavadhu jivanam Anandambudivardhanam Pratipadam Purnamritaswadanam Sarvatmaswapanam Param Vijayate Sri Krishna Sankirtanam. Sri Krishna Sankirtanam Param Vijayate. In Kali Yuga, Sankirtana of Bhagavan is the greatest. What is this greatness? Why you say that? No, Param Vijayate, Sri Krishna Sankirtanam. Because Cheto Darpanamarjanam. If we sing Bhagavan's Nama with prema, if we sing his Nama with bhava, prema, if we sing his glories with utter devotion and dedication, then what it will do? Cheto darpana marjanam. See, our chetas is like a darpana, like a mirror. And that mirror has the ability to, reflect Bhagavan. But why the Bhagavad Tattva is not reflected? Because it is all covered with mud. Our all vasanas are like, thick layer of dust. Because of that is, Cheto Darpana is as though so covered. We have to clean it. How? Sri Krishna Sankirtanam. We chant Bhagavan's Nama with prema. That Sankirtana itself has the power to cleanse our heart. Cheto Darpanamarjanam. And see, in this prarabdha, in this bhava, in this samsara, there are possibilities of different kinds of difficulties. Different kinds of dukkha is possible. And Bhagavan's Nama has this ability to give us strength. We have so much of strength that no Agni becomes difficult for us. Says, Bhava Mahadava Agni Nirvapanam. This Nama Sankirtana has the ability to remove the burning sensation of this Mahagni. See, Agni will be there. In olden days, they used to have different kinds of, Aushadhi and mantra and mani, etc. With this mani and mantra and Aushadha, you can enter into the Agni. Agni will not burn you. Even now also in the northern Kerala, they have, I'm sure it's there always, many places. But in northern Kerala, there are, we call it Teyyam. Into them, they say that devatas, avesha will come. They will go and sit in the fire. No, they will play. It happens in Tamil Nadu also, and Andhra, etc. No, when they go for Sabarimala, etc., they have this Ari. They enter into Ari. They play with the charcoal and all that, but nothing happens to them. How? There, I think it is more of that mind is in a, mantra. So, mani, mantra, aushadha, with all that, there were siddhas who can enter into Agni, and Agni will not touch them. Like that, see, Agni, this samsara Agni will be always there. Why? Because it's the nature of the world. Now, what is Sankirtana, Krishna Sankirtana? Sankirtana help us. That if Sankirtanam is with us, the Bhavagni will not have any effect on us. Shreya Kairava Chandrika Vitaranam. And this Bhagavan's Nama is like Chandrika. It's like the moonlight, which showers Shreyas, which showers all kinds of Sugha. And Vidya Vadhu Jivanam. See, I am only interested in Jnanapada. What all this Sankirtana? The Sankirtana is the Jivanam of Vidya Vadhu. No, if the Jnanam in some Vidya becomes Strilinga. So the Vidya Vadhu, suppose Vidya is a Stri, the Jivanam, the life of that Vidya Vadhu is Prema, Bhakti, Jnanam. That Jnana also, it's not a Jnana Bhakti. No, that's why the Bhakti of Sri Shankaracharya, Bhakti of Sri Ramana Maharshi, that's also of the highest state because their Bhakti, their Jivanam, Vidyavadhu Jivanam is this Sankirtanam. And Anandam Buddhivardhanam. This Sankirtana, just when we are also here, I see that many of you, when Sankirtana is going on, you are writing, you are reading something else. But once you stop all those things and just listen to Sankirtana, you can actually feel, as a kind of as though the mountain, the ocean, how in the high tide, how the ocean goes up. Like that. I know in our Hridaya, some kind of a very unique Ananda starts to manifest. So, Ananda Ambudhi Vardhanam. This Chandra, this Sankirtana is like a Chandrama. When full moon rise, there will be high tide in the ocean. Like that, when the Sankirtana comes and then we listen to Sankirtana, somebody is doing Sankirtana and we are doing something else, not done. If we can hear, lend our ears for some time to Sankirtana, that will create so much of Ananda in us. And Pratipada Purnamrita Swadanam. Pratipadam, in each and every step of our life, Purna Amrita Swadanam. We can have that, we can experience that great Amritanubhuti. That is the greatness of this Bhagavan's Nama Sankirtanam, Sarvatma Swapanam. This Sankirtana has this power. If we do really, we pay attention to Sankirtana, Japa, Dhyana, this can actually, show us who actually we are. Sankirtana has this great power, especially in Kali Yuga. In Kali Yuga, see, each Yuga there are different Yuga Dharma. Kali Yuga, Sankirtanam is the Dharma. Nama Sankirtanam yasya. Sarva Papa Pranashanam. So, this Nama Sankirtana in Kali Yuga, if we do it with sincere dedication, with the Sankirtana itself will starts to put light on our true nature. And Param Vijayate Sri Krishna Sankirtana. That's why Sri Krishna Sankirtana is very, very important. So, Shravanam and Kirtanam. Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu, Smaranam, Padasevanam, Archanam, Vandanam, Dasyam, Sakyamatma Nivedanam. This is how we do Avyavritta Bhajanam. So that's the connection. Avyavritta Bhajana is possible when we do this, Navadha Bhakti. Especially Shravanam and Kirtanam. Now, many people, many of us, we really want to, experience all this. We also want to remember Bhagavan constantly. We also want to connect ourselves with the Supreme. But sometimes it becomes so difficult for us. We start to do japa after maybe 10 or 1 mala, 2 mala, mind goes somewhere else. Japa is going on. If you put a recorder and then record our voice, it is continuously going on. But the mind is not there. Mind wanders into so many things. Now, how is it possible for us to develop this Param Bhakti? Shraddha. How is it possible to have faith? It's a big question. So, I read in one book, it said, faith is a gift. Faith is a gift. Like suppose there is some seed, and then when there is a small plant has come up, now it is possible for us to protect it and then grow it. But this is desert. If our heart is a desert and nothing is there, how is it possible for us to grow the pure bhakti? How is it possible that we will be able to listen Bhagavan's Nama and then Romancha comes, Prema Gadgada. Premashru start to manifest. And we get connected with Bhagavan. And our words, we love to chant Bhagavan's Nama. We love to sing His glories. How is this possible? Comes a very beautiful sutra. Mukhyatas mahat-kṛpayaiva bhagavat-kṛpā-leśād va. Mukhyatas mahat-kṛpayaiva bhagavat-kṛpā-leśād va. Mukhyatah tu, primarily, Mukhyatah tu, mahat-kṛpayaiva, through the grace of Mahatma. This is possible by the grace of Mahatma. Mukhyatastu mahat-kṛpayaiva, or bhagavat-kṛpā-leśād, or by grace of Bhagavan. It could be through the grace of Mahatmas or directly from Bhagavan. Now this is a very important, beautiful mantra. So what you are telling is Mukhyataha, primarily through Bhagavat-kṛpā. So, there are Mukhya Marga, and there is a primarily path, and there are secondary paths. Or there are important aspects, or the most important aspects, and those aspects which actually, support this thing. How this Bhagavad Bhakti is possible? We were hearing, Vishayatyaga, Sangatyaga, Avyavritta Bhajana. These are all mainly Purusha Prayatnashrita. So, in spiritual life, there are two things. In Taittiriya we'll study Purva Rupa and Uttara Rupa. Okay? So, in Adhyatmaka Pada also, there are two things. One is Purusha Prayatna, another is Ishvara Kripa, bhagavat-kṛpā. Now, we have to, that's why Purusha Prayatna is first said. We have to do the Vishayatyaga, Sangyatyaga, Vyavritta Bhajanam, etc. But many times we will see that, there are people, especially when you are living with sadhus, etc., you will see that, they are very, very, staunch followers. Okay? And they are very good, they are very ascetics. The Vishayatyaga is there, Sankatyaga is there, and they sit themselves, they make them sit and then do japa and etc., etc. But sometimes we see them, they are very angry, very frustrated, very much agitated. See, they are doing the, Purusha Prayatna part. They're trying to. But sometimes we see them very much angry and agitated and all that. Why? Because there is one more aspect which is known as the kṛpā. Now, do you want to say that the kṛpā is given only for selected people? No. Kṛpā is therefore, is actually like this, like sunlight. It is always there. The rains are there for everyone. We sit inside a dark room and then we say that there is no light. It's like that. Bhagavat-kṛpā is available for everyone. But what we do, we make our own, caves and sit inside. And then lament that there is no kṛpā. So many times when a people who does the lot of Purusha Prayatna, along with the Purusha Prayatna, they develop a very strong ego. They feel, I am a very sankatyagi, vishayatyagi. I will not even look at the women. Miradevi went to, to Vrindavan and then asked for the darshan of a mahatma. He said, I will not see any woman. So Miraji said, I thought I am in Vrindavan. What is that? Yeah, you are in Vrindavan. In Vrindavan, there is only one Purusha. And all others are gopikas. Okay? Sometimes what happens, even this avyavritta bhajanam, that person, not good at all. I am always doing japa, that person is not doing anything. No, or you see, so much of sangha. Show me, see, I don't like all this. I don't eat this. I don't do that. I don't look at people. That's okay. But the moment we start to develop this kind of ego, that ego will trap us. Because we are living inside the ego, we become parāṅmukha to Bhagavan. Says, mukhyatas tu mahat-kṛpayaiva. We can actually experience the pure devotion, the right kind of bhakti. It is by mahat-kṛpaya, by the grace and blessings of mahatmas. See, Narada is writing these sutras. And we know that about his Narada's life. You see, Narada was blessed. Narada was a Dasiputra in the last birth. The Dasiputra became Brahmaputra, became a Brahmajnani because of mahat-kṛpā. For a few months he lived with some mahatmas, and they had so much of grace, kṛpā on this child who was a 5-year-old boy. Because of that kṛpā, that jiva became jnani, Brahmajnani Narada. That's why he say, mahat-kṛpayaiva. Indeed, it is possible by the grace of mahatmas. Why? Because Mahatma, see, Ishvara Kṛpā is also there. Of course, Ishvara Kṛpā, Bhagavat-kṛpā is much higher maybe. But why Kṛpaya eva is said? Because saulabhyat. To have Bhagavan, see, Bhagavan's grace should be on us, but to have Bhagavan's grace, we need bhakti. Now, but when we see Bhagavan, then okay, but we are not fortunate. So, but we can see Mahatmas. We can see them. We can talk to them. We can listen to them. We can, see how they live with their life. So that's why mukhyatas mahat-kṛpayaiva. We have to surrender our ego at the lotus feet of a Mahatma. And please understand that even if the Mahatma is not in the body, it's okay. Because the moment we surrender our ego, I was telling, they're all there. There are all these Mahatmas, they all live in the Urdhvalokas. They're like Jivan Mukta Purushaha, but they live there so that they can help us. They're all waiting. When a person will really, call out to Bhagavan, actually, SOS, SOS, when we say there is no other way, oh Bhagavan, mujhe raksha karo, meri raksha karo, who is calling like that? For that they are all, not 1, 2, 3, aneka, koti siddha, they are all waiting, whom I should help. Nobody wants. Even if they go to some shrines of Mahatmas, what they ask? Oh Bhagavan, thoda ye kar do, wo kar do, beti ki shaadi nahi ho rahi hai, kuch kar do. That's okay. But this kripa, to have bhakti, is possible by the grace of Mahatmas. Not only the Bhakti Shastra says, even the Vedanta Shastra, even the Upanishad says this. We have seen in many Upanishads, they are telling that this is by Bhagavan's grace. We have seen before also, and also we have heard that often we hear that quote. Yasya yada guru tasya dekhate yasya deve parābhakti yadha deve tadha guru bhakti. Now, though that is very important. Bhagavan, not only in Bhagavan, but in Guru also, Mahatmas also, when we have bhakti. Now, tadviddi pranipadena pariprasnena sevaya upadeshyandi te jnanam jnaninaha tattvadarshinaha. So when we surrender ourselves at the lotus feet of such Mahatmas, they will shower their grace on us. And there is a beautiful mantra in Mundaka. I always Mundaka and Mandukya. So, Mundaka Upanishad, mantra says, Savedairat paramam brahmadhama yatra vishwam nihitam bhati shubhram upāsate purusham ye hyapta kamaha te shukram etat adhivartandi dhīraha. If a person upāsate, if he worships a Mahatma, who is a Mahatma, Brahmadhama, a person who has realized Brahma, Paramatma, Ishvara, if there is a person who is a, spiritual master, a person who has realized Brahman, anyone who does the upasana of such a Mahatma, upāsate purusham yehi aptakamaha, that if you worship that, there are two kinds of sadhakas. A person who wants some kind of experiences of the world, he also may experience. In the previous mantra is okay. If a person wants wealth and health and you can do the upasana of such Mahatmas and that will be fulfilled. But if there is a person aptakamaha, there is no more worldly desires, and he worships such a Mahatma, shukramedad adhivartandi dhīraha. By the grace of such a Mahatma, we shall be overcome all this Brahma. We shall be blessed with that Paramatjnana, parābhakti. So that's why this sutra also says, mahat-kṛpayaiva. In Bhagavatam, there is a beautiful story of Rahugana. So Rahugana went to his guru and asked, what shall I do? He says, the guru says to him, Rahugane tat tapasana yati na chejyaya nirvapanad grihacha na chandasanaiva bhaljalagni suryehi vina mahat-kṛpayaiva vabhishekam. O Rahugana, if you want to have the Ishvara darshana, Atma darshanam, then only by doing tapas. It's not possible. Tapasa brahma vijñāsasva. But if the tapas is done with ahankara, I am a tapasvi, you are all gone. Siddhi is possible, but not bhagavat sakshatkara. Na tapasa yati, na cha ijjaya, you do your homas and yagas and yajñas. Not enough. Nirvapanat grihat, give up the house and run away. Just because of that also, parābhakti or parajñānam is not possible. Na chandasa, we studied lots of Vedas, all the Upanishads, Vedas, Gita, everything is studied. Just by studying, no. Naiva jala agni suryehi, we have worshipping jala agni surya, not enough. Vina mahat-kṛpayaiva. Without the grace, without falling the dust feet, the feet of the dust, dust of the feet of mahatmas, until and unless we have their pada rajas on our head, what do you mean by unless we bow down our head at their lotus feet, unless we surrender to them, prajñāna and parābhakti are not possible. So here also that, mukhyatas tu mahat-kṛpayaiva. With mahat-kṛpā, with satsanga, what happened? Slowly, whatever they are telling, all the satkarma, naturally, because see, when we see that mahatmas are worshipping Bhagavan, mahatmas are singing the glories of Bhagavan, mahatmas are chanting, you might have seen Puja Gurudev's videos, etc. Always Gurudev used to do japa. There will be that small mala in Gurudev's hand, wherever he was traveling, see? Why Gurudev was doing that? Because it's not only for Gurudev's, he was trying to tell us, avyavritta bhajanam. Wherever we are, at whatever country. So these are the things we should learn from Puja Mahatmas. So that avyavritta bhajanam. So by that grace, through their actions, we are inspired. Thousands of people all over the world were inspired by, not just only by Puja Gurudev's words, but because of his life. So when we see a Mahatma in our life, then we are convinced that Shastra is right. Otherwise, how we know Shastra is right? Shastra is true. By when we see Mahatmas. It's believed that it's happened once that Puja Gurudev had a Vivek Chudamani camp in Siddhabadi, and a foreign lady was there. She was listening to Puja Gurudev for many years. Was a very devoted lady. But then, when the Vivek Chudamani was about to close, he went to Gurudev and said, Gurudev, I have one question to you. What is that? He said, see, I have no doubt that when you are sitting in the, and then when you are giving these lectures, I have no doubt that Parabrahma alone is the truth. No doubt. But, Gurudev, there is a possibility that people are all making up these things. Some of people, they wanted to make up some stories. They wrote so many things. And then we are also just, following it. Or is this true? Puja Gurudev went into a different kind of a bhava. And he said, I am telling you, this is true. I am the pramana. What is the pramana for Shastra? Shastra is the pramana for mahatmas. And mahatmas are the pramana for Shastra. How we know that these are all possible, these are all true? Because they experienced it. They are not talking, they don't have any, they have no desire to gain anything, no name, it's all tucham for them. But they are living, they lived with us. Puja Gurudev with his, that feeble heart, lived in this world and traveled and did all these things. Do we think that was for his name and sake? No! He wanted to reach nooks and corners of the world so that people can see him and understand that Shastram Satyam. No, that is mukhyatas mahat-kṛpayaiva. Only by the grace of Mahat. Who is Mahat? Vasudeva Sarvamiti sa Mahatma. Gita ji gives a beautiful definition for Mahatma. Who is a Mahatma? Vasudeva Sarvamiti. No, sa Mahatma Sudurlabha. Who is a Mahatma? A person see Vasudeva everywhere. There's nothing else than Vasudeva in this universe. There's nothing else than Brahman in this universe. One who has experienced, such a person is Mahatma. So, mahat-kṛpayaiva labhyate. It is possible to have this kind of pure devotion, paramabhakti, parābhakti or parajñānam, by the grace of such realized masters. Or Ishvara-kṛpā-leśād. This va is known as vikalpa nipatam. So two meanings are there. Or, by the grace of Mahatmas or by the grace of Ishvara. Or, va also means, what is this mahat-kṛpā? Mahat-kṛpā is Ishvara-kṛpā. Tasmin tajjane bheda abhavat. There is no difference between Bhagavan and Bhagavan's people. A mahat brahmavid brahmayeva bhavati. A realized master is Brahman himself. So, when you say that mahat-kṛpayaiva means bhagavat-kṛpayaiva. Because that mahat-kṛpā is not different from bhagavat-kṛpā. But then why it's said as to, just to show that, because we feel that mahat-kṛpā is more sulabha. It's easily accessible than Ishvara-kṛpā. So, mahat-kṛpā is the mahandaste samachitta prashanda vimanyavas suhrudas sada sadhavoye. Rishabhadeva says, all those people who has pure love for Bhagavan, who are prasantaha, samadarshinaha, krodharehitaha, sarvabhuta hitekshanaha. These are the Vande Mahapurusha, te charanaravindav. So that Mahapurushas, when we do prostrations to that Mahapurushas, then what happened? That Mahapurusha and Bhagavan are not two things. To show this only, we'll see that, Bhagavan Sri Krishna went to Santipani. He went and studied from Guru Santipani, and Sri Ramchandra became the Shishya of Vasishtha and Vishwamitra. And then we see that Sri Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, who was when he was 5 years old itself, he had then Brahmadarshana. But he took Totapuri as his sannyas guru and then Bhairavi Brahmani as tantrika guru. Why? To show us that we need a guru. So mukhyatas mahat-kṛpayaiva bhagavat-kṛpā-leśād. Why? This mahat-kṛpā and bhagavat-kṛpā are not two. Says, mahotsavam dwara mahur vimuktehe. These mahatmas are the dwara, are like the doorway to mukti. So when we surrender our ego at their, lotus feet, what happens is we get connected with Bhagavan, that bhakti, It's like, in olden days we used to have TVs. 80s, etc. And then we know, so in a one village, there will be one or two TV. And then there will be Ramayanam. So the doors of the house is open. And how we know that where there is TV, there will be an antenna on top, we see. And then if some crow comes and sits on an antenna, then everything goes. So, Mahatmas are like those antennas. We are like that small TV sets. And bhagavat-kṛpā is like the signal. So, the bhagavat-kṛpā is everywhere. But the Mahatmas' kṛpā help us to receive this grace and blessings so that our life can be changed. We are convinced. Why we are not able to take up sadhanas properly? Because we are not convinced. Deep inside there are doubts. But the life and teachings or the samipya, samparka of Bhagavan. That's why they say that we should go to Kumbh Mela. As a Hindu, we should at least, in our life, we should at least see one Purna Kumbh Mela. People say, oh, why so many people come there and so much of this and that? They say, yes, there could be thousands of fake people there. But it is the order of Śrīmad Narayana to all the Santa Mahatmas. Means the real Santa Mahatmas, those realized master, that they should go and take bath in Gangaji or wherever, that Purna Kumbha Sthali. So, because it is Bhagavan's Ajna, they come. We may not be able to understand them. They may come like a madman. They may come like a small child, an unmatta, or maybe as a dog or cat we do not know. But think that, when they are taking bath in that, in that Triveni or in that Sangama, in that Gangaji at that time, when we are also taking bath, it's possible that we are near them. It's possible that we are seeing them. We are not recognizing them. We are seeing them. More than that, they see us. And there is a possibility that they may have some kṛpā on us. They may feel, oh, poor being, let there be Bhagavan's grace. Enough, our life is saved. That is the story of a Ganika. And then 21 gurus. One is a Ganika. She was waiting for a customer. And suddenly you see that she's thinking, Swandam, Ramandam, there's all these things. He says that Bhagavan is always there. Why am I waiting for people for my... Is it possible to change like that? So Avadhuta says that she is my guru. Actually, Avadhuta is the guru. Avadhuta might have felt that, oh my God, after gaining such a precious human life, this woman is wasting her life. Oh Bhagavan, have mercy on her. Just because, Bhagavan is waiting. When they say, Bhagavan can't. So, Bhagavan might have blessed her. In one moment, from the lowest, she became the guru of Dattatreya. Guru in the sense, she rise to such a level of spiritual awakening. This is possible by mere glance of them, mere thought. If they feel, oh Bhagavan, let them be blessed. Mukhyatas mahat-kṛpayaiva. Through the mahat-kṛpā, kṛpā-leśād. Little of kṛpā touches our life and our life is transformed. So tomorrow is the Vardhana Ulsava of such a Mahatma or Pujya Guruji. I'm sure some of you might have very, closely connected with Guruji and you know that what a wonderful Mahatma he is. So tomorrow is Pujya Guruji's birthday according to the Gregorian English calendar. So, and also Puja Swami Advayanandaji's date of birth is that. So tomorrow we'll have a beautiful, it's not that for them, they don't care. Actually, they don't like also others doing all these such things. But this all will help us if we do it with the proper understanding. Don't think that, I do not know Guruji, so why should I celebrate? It's not that we have to know each and every mahatmas, but just think about them. That itself will bring grace on us. So we are not doing all these puja, japa, etc. for their sake. We are doing it for our sake. Okay? So tomorrow is that great blessed day. So we will have a Paduka Puja from 11:30 to 12:30 for Puja Guruji and Puja Swamiji. And in evening, Puja Guruji likes bhajans very much. So if there are many of you who can sing very well, if we can have a bhajana sandhya as an offering to Puja Guruji and Puja Swamiji, that will be the most appropriate birthday gift. Actually, we are gifting ourselves and then we call it their gift. So if it is possible to arrange nice bhajans, that will be a beautiful experience for us and also an offering to mahatmas. Okay. So if somebody can arrange it, that will be very nice. Okay. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.